Most approaches to personal growth begin by asking us to look within, meditate, journal, analyze the past, challenge limiting beliefs. All of those approaches have value. But over many years, I've become fascinated by a different question. What if we've been overlooking one of the greatest mirrors we have? Our home. The way I currently understand the game is this. Our body is our first home. It's where every experience of life is recorded. Whether or not you agree that childhood shapes us, most people would recognize that the environments we grow up in leave an impression on how we see ourselves and the world. Safety, belonging, freedom, worth, love, control. These experiences become woven into our nervous system. And here's where my curiosity began. If our body is our first home, what if the home we create around us gradually begins reflecting our relationship with ourselves? Not because the walls possess magical powers, but because we make thousands of unconscious choices. What we keep, what we avoid, what frustrates us, what we repair, what we ignore, where we feel stuck, what we express, where we feel free. Our homes quietly become a living record of those relationships. That's why I no longer see a chair as just a chair, or a doorway as simply something we walk through, or a basement as merely a place to store old boxes. I'm interested in the function. A doorway creates access. A window expands vision. A sofa invites sitting in comfort. A basement stores what we've put away. Those functions exist physically, but they also appear psychologically. We created them that way for a reason. Again and again, the more I paid attention, the more extraordinary the patterns became. People who felt trapped often described homes that felt restrictive. People who struggled to let go had cupboards full of things they no longer wanted. People longing for a new chapter were often still living inside reminders of an old one. Is it coincidence? Perhaps. But perhaps something more interesting is happening. Perhaps our homes aren't causing these experiences. Perhaps they're faithfully reflecting them. And if that's true, our homes become something extraordinary. Not just somewhere we live, but somewhere we can observe ourselves. Not through judgment, through curiosity. Because once you can see a pattern, you can begin changing your relationship with it. That's why I love working with homes. Unlike so many approaches to personal growth, your home is already in front of you. You don't need to force motivation. You don't need to become somebody else. You don't need to spend years trying to understand yourself. Sometimes, moving a chair, clearing a cupboard, opening a blocked doorway, or simply asking a better question is enough to reveal something you've never noticed before. For me, that's where clarity begins. Not by changing who you are, but by seeing what has been quietly trying to communicate with you all along. So where's it speaking to you right now? Perhaps it's something that's been broken for months and has suddenly become impossible to ignore. Perhaps it's a cupboard that's so full, opening the door now makes you feel frustrated. Perhaps a room is asking for more light, a wall is calling for color, or a piece of furniture no longer feels like it belongs. Have you noticed how these things often appear to happen spontaneously? Something that never bothered you for years suddenly demands your attention. I don't believe those moments are random. I believe they're invitations. Invitations to notice something within yourself that's also ready to change. So trust the nudge, but don't stop there. Pay even closer attention to what happens inside you when you imagine making the change. What thoughts appear? What emotions arise? What reasons do you immediately give yourself for not doing it? Because that's often where the real conversation begins. The object may have caught your attention, but your relationship with it is where your greatest insights are waiting.